Believe it or not, we just did this in 7th grade. So either they're doing 6th grade math or you're doing 7th grade math, I'm not sure which it is. That could be. It is reviewed for a while here. When you round, really what you're doing is you are finding, sometimes you round numbers because sometimes close is good enough. And sometimes you do it to make a problem easier to do because you don't need to know the example or the whole exam. You don't need to know the exact number. For example, if I asked you, you went and you bought this nice pair of shoes and I said, how much do they cost? Generally speaking, you're probably going to give somebody a rounded answer because you're not going to tell them it costs $75.23. You just say it costs $75 or whatever. Sometimes rounding close is good enough. Now, the first thing when you do rounding is you must understand, what you're rounding to. So write this number down, 6,789. Okay, I could round that number. I could round to the tens. I could round to the 100, or the nearest 100, and I could round to the nearest 1,000 in that one actually. How will that look different? Let's take a look. First of all, I'm rounding to the nearest 10. When you do these, you have to think about if you're counting by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 100. If you put this number on a number line, and your number line goes by tens, what would you have here? Well, you'd have 6,780 if you're counting by tens, and then the next one you get would be 6,790. Those are the two tens that this falls between. And you have to decide which one it's closer to. Well, 89 is going to be way over here. 6,789 is going to be way over there. So which one is it closest to? Obviously the 6,790. Okay. Now, Ethan, do you want to have to draw a number line every time you're rounding a number? Is there a simpler way to think about this? Ethan, it would be to do what? Yeah, but there's got to be an easy way to think about it. Not just write the number, there's got to be. Charlie, you?
If the number's bigger than 3, you can round it up.
No, it's bigger than 4. 5 are bigger. Okay. First of all, you look at the number that you're rounding in the tens place. This is the number you're rounding. But what's the most important number? It's not that one. It is the one right next to it. Okay. This is the number that does all the work. Because if this number is 5 or bigger, that means this number is closer to the 9 side of that than it is to the 8 side of it. Okay? If it was 5, it's right in the middle, and we decide anything in the 5 to round up just because we have to pick something that's dead center. Okay? So it's always the number to the right of the digit that you are rounding that you look at. So for example, this next one, rounding to the nearest 100. Well, what two hundreds does this fall between? It falls between the 6,700 and the 6,800 if you're counting by hundreds. Where would 6, 7, 8, 9 fall? Well, here's what? 6, 7, 10, 6, 7, 20, 6, 7, 30, 6, 7, 40, 6, 7, 50, 7, 60, 7, 70, 7, 80, 7, 90. So 6,789 is going to fall way over here. Again, you don't want to have to draw the number lines, but that's kind of the picture of that. Which one is it closest to if you're rounding? It is going to be Chloe.
6,700.
No.
Oh, 6.
It's either between 6,700 or 6,800.
6,800.
Right, 6,800. And again, when you're rounding to the hundreds, which is this number, this is the most important number. Because that tells you if it's closer to 7 or closer to 8. In this case, 8 is all there. And then rounded to the nearest 1,000, that's easiest of all because 6,789 falls between 6,000 and 7,000. And 6,000, this would be 6,500. So 6,000, it's still going to be way over here. So it's closest to what number? 7,000. Again, you don't want to have to draw number lines all the time there, but you should be good at this. How about this one? What if I said to round 504 to the nearest 100? 504 rounded to the nearest 100, if you're counting by hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Would round to what, Kate Bromland? 504 rounded to the nearest 100 is?
500.
Yeah, 500. Everybody's happy with that? Good. Now, take out a blank piece of paper because this rounding is all part of the next thing we're talking about, which is estimating. When you do estimating, basically this is kind of like rounding, but it is using rounded numbers. Using rounded numbers to get a quick, close answer. A quick, close answer. And a case of that would be, let's say you're going to the grocery store, okay, and you're going to buy a few tidbits of items there. Ephraim, you're going to buy a what? Huh? Oh, Ephraim's going to buy a Fitbit. Yeah, and then John is also going to go with him, and John's going to buy a
macaroni and cheese box.
Mac and cheese. And Charlie will go as well and buy
Candy for the teachers.
candy for the teachers. Love it. All right, and let's see. Ephraim's Fitbit cost $96.75. Mac and cheese, we'll get the good stuff, and maybe it's $2.92. Candy for the teachers, we get the ginormous bag, and it is $11.02. Okay. And you bring $120 with you, and you want to know if that's going to be enough. So rather than calculating the exact, you are going to want to estimate. You round the numbers so that you can estimate. For example, a Fitbit going at $96.75, you're going to round it to what's close?
Nice.
I'd go $100. $2.92, $3. $11.02, maybe $10. Just so I can do that in my head. How much money rounded or estimated? How much money do I get there? It's about $113. So hopefully, of course that isn't tax or whatever. Hopefully your $120 would cover it. Okay. But you don't want to do this. Sometimes I see people do this. They add all this up. They do it the hard way. They go 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. And then 9 plus 7 is 16. And then they do this and they get 7, 8, 9, 10. And then they do this and they get 9, 10. Okay. And then they say, oh, $110.69. I'll round that to $110. That's not what estimating does. You want to make it easy for you to do to get a quick answer. You don't want to do all the work and then change the answer to something goofy, something simpler. Okay? But I see people do that. They do all the hard work and then they just round their answer. That's not what estimating is. Estimating is making the book calls it compatible numbers, putting them together so you can do it easily, and then bam. So you could estimate that so you're $110, $120, or whatever it is there. Ethan.
Wouldn't the
Did I do something wrong?
10 wouldn't it be 11?
No, you could. Like I said, you want to be able to do numbers so that you can kind of do them in your head more or less. So yes, yes, and yes. There's the thing with estimating. A lot of times your answer will be different than mine because you changed your estimation just a little bit. As long as it is, the word I'm going to use is reasonable, I'll be good with that. So here's one. Estimate the sum of 467 and 312. Estimate the sum of 467 and 312. Okay. Now here is where, Ethan, you could say, well, should I make this 470 and make this 300 and get 770? Which I would say no. I would say, you know what, I want to make this 100 and make this 100, so it's pretty easy to do. This is close to 500 and that's close to 300. So I'm going to estimate my answer to be 800. Only because, I want to make this almost as easy as possible and get relatively close. And again, if you came up with this answer, would I say it's wrong? If you said I came up with 770 as my estimate, I'd say that's fine. But you're trying to make it as easy as possible for yourself, just to get a quick little estimate there. Let me see if there's another one there. Estimate this, 29 into 591. 29 into 591. Again, you want to change these numbers so they're pretty easy to do, relatively simple to do, or whatever in your head. So I would change what to what. And then you got to know something about some of these numbers here. I would probably make the 591 what, John?
600.
600, and it's easy to divide 600 by what? That's close to 29?
30.
30. So your answer is going to be about 20. Okay. Would it make sense to make this 590 and just remove a 1 and make this, 30? No, because then you're kind of going to be doing a lot of extra work that you don't need to do. So use rounded to help you estimate, and everybody is happy.